Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are on the unceded territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples, and I'm very grateful to be able to live, work, and play on these beautiful lands. Today we are here in Lake Sasamat in Port Moody, and I'm just doing a quick little training session to get fit as well as work on my technique to cross the lake in Squamish at Cat Lake. As you can see here, the dock has a bit of a rail. I mean, it's nice and low to the water, but unfortunately this rail makes it trickier to launch. So if I had my dock starter kit, it would probably work out, but unfortunately it's in storage because of, as some of you might already know, I'm planning on going down to Panama and doing some proning down there, learning how to prone down there. And so my dock starter kit right now is in storage, and I'm staying at a friend's place, so everything's a little bit chaotic, which is it's great because my friends are helping me out and all that good stuff, but it's difficult because my mind is a little bit scrambled. But today we're going to try to launch off of this. I've warmed up and given it a couple of attempts, and it seems to be okay. It's way trickier because you're basically on a balancing beam like a gymnast, and you're running along and then starting, but we have to do with what we've got. So I'm going to do a bit of a combo where I'm going to be leaving the camera here, and I'm also going to be mounting the cameras, because right now it's on my helmet, on my head, and so you can get a perspective from both camera angles. So let's give this a go. All right, that worked out a lot better than I expected. I don't know if you can see, I'll show you here, but there's a breeze and the water's flowing this way. So when you're going with the current, you can really feel it, and it makes a huge difference. It really assists with getting up on foil and being able to efficiently pump. And then when I turn the corner and start coming back, you really have to work a lot harder because you're going against the current, and burns the legs because not only are you a little bit more tired, but you're also working against the current. But it worked out. So this place is a little bit busier than where I normally practice in Squamish, but it's all good. All right, so this time I'm gonna mount this guy on my head so you can get a POV of what I see. Oh, that was a lot better than I expected. All right, so one of the things that I've discovered, especially now that I've become a little bit more efficient with just relaxing and feeling that foil work through the water, is foot positioning is so key. You got to have the right foot positioning, and the distribution of weight as you pump is also key, because as you advance and get better at foiling, you're going to find that when you're going with any sort of current, this is a really slow current, but you could feel it on a foil. Your weight can be, your weight can be a little bit further back, and you could apply a lot more equal pressure on both legs. But as you go against the current, I'm finding that you have to move your weight slightly forward. You have to pump harder because you're working against the current, so you have to keep that speed up or you'll stall. And then also your back leg is just working a little bit harder as the engine to really get that foil going through the water. So what I found out in the last lake crossing attempt was that there is wind coming from the third dock towards the first dock, so it makes it a little bit trickier going against the current. So what I might do on this next lake attempt is I might go from the third dock to the first dock and go with that. It's so minute, but it really makes a difference, especially when you're working on those slim margins and your legs are just completely burning out. That's make it or break it. Just that little difference. All right, let's my foil. See, you can see my foil. It's slowly drifting. That's how slow the flow of the water is, but you can really feel it. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back in the water and get this foil. One of the things that I've been working on and thinking a lot about is my front foot pressure. So how it works, because it's really controlling the pitch of the board, but it's also, I want to engage it more in the pump process, because if I engage the front foot more in the pump process, it allows me to go further distances, because my back leg won't burn out as quickly. So as soon as I jump on the board, I'm really trying to figure out foot placement. Then after I figure out my foot placement, I'm really trying to coordinate and sequence my pump action so that I'm utilizing more of my front leg in the pump sequence. All right. Okay, I'm making the turn. I really have to increase my pump sequence and start really trying to lean forward and drive that foil through the water. It's a hydrofoil.
So is it powered?
It's powered by my legs.
Okay, so the one my husband used was powered by something.
Yeah, it's an eFoil.
That's an eFoil?
Yeah, the one your husband's using.
Yeah.
It probably has a battery in the board.
Yep.
And a propeller.
Yes, so that's what, it's a bit bigger too. That's cool. That was all you. Oh my god. That's awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Do you want to try?
No, but thank you.
She so wants to try it.
I want to try it. This one should try it. Go, Lisa.
I'm here a lot. Well, I will be. I have a YouTube channel. You're being recorded.
Oh.
So, message me. It's Silver the Surfer.
Silver the Surfer.
On YouTube, you might have to put foiling or hydrofoiling because the SEO might not just get Silver the Surfer.
That's amazing.
And then message me and
Amazing.
I'll let you know when I'm here and bring a helmet, preferably. You don't need a wetsuit. And then give it a try.
I'll do 5 sit-ups first, and then
Yeah.
I'll be able to do it.
This is so cool.
Are you going back out for another round?
Yeah.
After you catch this breath.
Yeah, I know. It looks like the height.
I want to watch
Nice
it
work.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm gonna again really work on my front foot. Woo! So you could probably hear my breathing and notice that it really speeds up once I make that turn, because I could feel I'm going against the current. So two things that I'm really working on today, and I already talked a little bit about it, was that front foot pressure. I want to really get my front foot set so that it can take on more of the workload. It is the brain because it's controlling a lot of the pitch, but there's no reason why you can't get it to assist in the pumping sequence. And the more you can do that, I think the longer you'll be able to go, and the more, I guess, controlled and efficient through the water you'll be. The other thing I'm thinking also about is I've learned that when you really put your weight down onto the floor, you really want to drive it. So I'll keep the camera here and I'll show you when I swing my arms, I'm really driving my weight and energy down onto the foil to get that water flowing over the foil. So those are two things I'm working on, is really getting that front foot placement and using that the energy from my lead foot more, and also using my arms to really drive the weight down efficiently onto the foil. Let's just place this camera in a way that you could see. Okay. Alright, you might not have been able to see that, but hopefully you were. So yeah, I'm really trying to work on getting that front foot in the right point on the board. So as soon as you jump on, I'm trying to do a kind of a couple small taps, and while I'm doing those taps, really trying to shimmy my front foot. It's usually my front foot that I have to shimmy more than my back, and then while I'm doing that, trying to keep my foil up, but at the same time getting that foot placement, because if that lead foot's not in the right spot, you're gonna burn a lot of energy quickly. So, and then you'll find that once that foot placement is on, I mean, you just go. It's so efficient. You just relax, and it's like little taps, and almost equal pressure with both feet or legs. And then as you make that turn, you have to really accelerate into that turn to engage the foil going through the water, because it really wants to stall. And my cadence increases substantially, and my weight shifts forward. I'm leaning a little bit more forward. Sometimes you even have to shift that front foot so that you're piercing that lead edge of the front foil through the water. Okay, I'm gonna mount it on my head again, and hopefully the angle is good and you're not looking straight down at the water. I think it's pretty good. All right. So before I go, I always have to scan the water first, because there are swimmers. Most of them have these little buoys, some of them don't. So you just want to scan the water and make sure there's nobody in danger. And then so I'm thinking about front foot pressure and placement, and then driving those arms so the energy goes down into the foil. All right, got it. So I'm really trying to get that foil engaged with my arms. Okay, I gotta accelerate. Oh, I wasn't able to shift my weight forward enough. I don't want to keep harping on these booties. The booties aren't allowing me to make micro adjustments while I'm pumping. It's good in the sense that it really plants your feet so you don't slip, but I'm gonna have to, maybe I have to do sort of a step motion, my toe heel to slowly shimmy my feet rather than what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do more of a kind of a slide. I'm hoping next week I'll be able to be prepared enough to attempt to cross the lake. So I'm going to be training here as well as doing some dry land training where it's more squats just to strengthen those leg muscles. I want to be able to, I'm probably going to use about 120 to 135 pounds of resistance. So I'll do some squats and try to do maybe anywhere from 60 to 100 reps. If I could do 60 to 100 reps and a number of them to sort of prepare my legs, because that's, I think, what I'm going to need to cross the lake. I think I'll need somewhere around 80 to 100 pumps to cross Cat Lake. So that's what I'm working towards. You want to be able to get to those levels, and even when I'm out here, I'm trying to do close to 70 pumps, 80 pumps. And then if I could do that on a regular basis while I'm training, then I think I'll be able to stretch it out to whatever 80 to 100 pumps when I'm attempting to cross the lake. All right, let's do another sequence. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of impressed with myself but how well I'm launching off this dog. You can see it's not easy. You really have to bend down and you basically have to run. This is along this way and then not think about this in your way, because if you think about it, you're gonna smash into it. Ignore it and just launch out into the water. Whew. So that felt really good. I think after this session, maybe another session, and a squat session to strengthen my legs just that little bit, I'll be able to cross the lake, especially if I go from the third dock to the first one. Okay, let's go again. Trying to take shorter breaks between every sequence. You know, just to switch things up a bit, I'll put the camera here. Oh, I don't know if you noticed there, I was really struggling to get that foot placement in the right place. Part of it was I didn't quite have enough speed on that launch. It's really important to have good speed on the launch. It gives you a lot more time to get your foot placement before you start pumping. So I was struggling with speed. My foot placement wasn't perfect. So I was really exerting a lot of pressure and energy trying to get that foil going. Finally, I felt like it was going, but didn't feel 100% comfortable with my front foot placement. So key is get that speed off that launch, establish that front foot placement as quickly as possible before you start getting into that good sequence of pumping. Okay, I also don't know if I took enough time to gather my breath and my strength before I started the launch. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to let my legs get rid of some of that lactic acid. I don't know if you can see in the distance here, but you can see the swimmers. There's some swimmers just coming up there, and then there's some more out in the distance if you look towards the beach on the other end. I think once I'm gonna get a new front foil, I think I'm gonna need a little bit more square footage or square centimeters on the front foil, and then after we cross Cat Lake, we're gonna attempt crossing this one. This one is substantially further away from one end to the other. I estimate that it'll take about 5 to 7 minutes to cross. All right, I think I'm ready. Alright, so one other thing that I noticed that I said when you're using your arms, you're driving your weight down, but then also when you pump your arms up, imagine jumping up like you're trying to get a vertical and extend and really reach, try to get weightless to allow that foil to come high up close to the surface of the water. So you're really driving down and then driving up. So I think utilizing your arms is huge. It can really alleviate a lot of the energy that you would normally expel by utilizing just your legs. My legs, they need a little bit of work. So in the meantime, I'm going to really utilize my arms to drive that weight down into the foil, and then use my arms to help me become weightless as the foil comes up to the surface of the water. Let's do another one with cameras right here so that you could see what I'm talking about. So, I don't know, here's some swimmers just over there in the distance here. Just want to always keep an eye out, make sure you see people, obstacles, anything that might get in your way, just because you don't want to hurt anybody. And two, when you're pumping, you're concentrating so much on, well, I am at least, on technique and all of those things, that you're not always 100% focused on things around you. So you just want to track them all before you start. So I can see this person working their way towards me. This area here seems pretty clear, so I'm going to launch and I'm going to stick in this area. We're at 45 minutes. I can really feel my legs starting to burn a little bit quicker. Usually in my practices, I don't quite get up to about 60 pumps per launch. And I think we're getting up to about 60 pumps per launch, which is why my legs are burning out a little bit quicker. I think we'll do 2 more and then we'll call it a day. These last 2, I'll have you mounted on my helmet. I lost speed. Tried to adjust my feet, my weight more forward, and then I crashed. Oh, yeah, definitely my legs are feeling it. Yeah, it's fine when you launch and you're pumping along. I found that I was really easily able to establish good balance and pumping. But then once I make that turn and start going against the current, you have to quickly make adjustments efficiently, and you have to be technically efficient as well. And you also need power. You need power and technique to efficiently make the turn. And then you have to be on your game, especially with power when you're going slightly against the current. All right. One last sequence here. just don't. Don't have the legs. All right, so let's kind of overview what we worked on today. First thing is getting that front foot placement. So that front foot, I like to think of it as the brains of the operation, controls the pitch. But just because it's the brains, it doesn't mean that it can't contribute to the pumping effort. So you want to engage that front foot as much as possible. And depending whether you're going against the current or with the current, you can adjust that front leg further forward or further back. So if you're going against the current, you may want to adjust that front foot a little bit further forward, and try to move your weight a little bit further forward. If you're going with the current, you can move that front foot back a bit and adjust your weight back a little bit further. And again, these are micro adjustments. Also, utilizing your arms to help with your pumping. If you pump with your arms, when you're swinging your arms down, really try to drive that energy down through that mast to the foil to help it push through the water and engage the lift. And then when your arms are swinging up, imagine you're jumping like in basketball or something, volleyball, and you're trying to utilize your vertical leap and extend your arms up, become weightless to allow that foil to come up as much as possible to the water surface. And that is it, folks, for today. Have a good one, get out on the water, and we will see you on the next one.